Hello and welcome to Mahendraguru.com's official YouTube channel. Today I am back again with a new session of End of Confusions, ending your doubts, all the confusion points of the subject reasoning, and the topic which I am taking for you all today is inequality. Yes, inequality I have taken earlier also, and in that part we have discussed the sum of few doubtful conditions which you all were facing while solving the questions, and in this session the continuity of that topic and continuation of your doubt clearance will be done. But before starting that, don't forget the subscription of our Mahendra Guru's official YouTube channel. If you are our subscribed viewer, a heartful thank you to you all. But if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, just click on this subscription button and become a subscribed viewer. Subscription of our channel will make you all avail all the videos, notifications and update very easily and very frequently. A new surprise for you all is our Mahendras app. Just you have to do one thing, go to the Google Play Store, download our Mahendras app. You just have to type Mahendras, M-A-H-E-N-D-R-A-S, and then you have to download our app. The app is 24/7 active app so that your doubts and confusions can be cleared whenever you feel like. So just download our app and avail all the facilities. Now moving further with the topic. Today we are continuing with the either or sessions again. Yes, and we would be discussing how to check either or. In the last session we have discussed the first condition for checking either or, and today would be the second condition discussion. So let's check what the condition is. Yes, definitely, as you can see on the screen, the three conditions are mentioned to you all. First condition shows both the conclusions should be false. Definitely yes, if both the conclusions are not false, both the conclusions are not wrong, then definitely we would be not approaching, we would be not going to the option either or. So first of all we demand both the conclusions should be false. Now second condition is characters should be same. That means the variables found or variables used in the conclusions should be same. See, in the statement many of the variables are used as say A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, P, Q, R, S, T, anything. But in conclusions, if we are checking the either or conditions, the characters has to be same. That means if in first conclusions two characters A and B are mentioned, then in the second conclusion where we are approaching the either or condition or for we are going forward to either or condition, A and B has to be mentioned over there. Now if we see the third point, presence of three signs. Now what do you mean by these three signs? See, inequality base stands on the 5 signs: greater equal, less equal, greater, lesser and equal. And in the previous session we have discussed or we have taken the 2 signs, that was greater equal and less equal under the head of sign combination. So if from that 5 signs, 2 signs have been discussed in the last session, remaining 3 signs would be discussed in this session. And this is only actually the presence of 3 signs, the greater, lesser and equal. We would be calculating, we would be checking, we would be getting these 3 signs, we would be finding these 3 signs basically. So just revising once again, the 3 conditions which you have to recall while checking the either or condition is: most important, conclusions has to be false, secondly characters should be same, and third part, the presence of availability of 3 signs. Now let's check further. Presence of 3 signs, as I was discussing, was the only 3 signs, that is 1 greater, 1 lesser and 1 equal. These 3 signs would be checked upon for checking the conclusions, for solving the questions and getting our conclusion correct. Now the 3 signs which I have told you basically are these only: greater, lesser and equal. Now if we check upon this example, statement has been given to you all is A greater equal B, lesser C, equal D. Now in these 4 characters have been used, A, B, C and D. Sign between A and B is greater equal, sign between B and C is lesser, sign between C and D is equal. Now talking about the conclusion part, in the conclusion you can find 2 conditions, that is A greater equal D and secondly A lesser D. Now when we look upon A greater equal D, So is this conclusion true? No, because while checking you will be getting a sign from A to D if checked is undesirable, or we can say undefined. Yes, undefined. Why undefined? Because relation is unknown to us. Because A was greater equal to B and B was less equal to C or equal to D was the C character. That means if we count upon the relation between A and D, it is definitely unknown due to the presence of these opposite signs. Opposite in the sense opposite flow showing signs, one going to this direction, one going to that direction. So these opposite availability makes an unknown relation between A and D. Now if we look upon the conclusion part, first conclusion shows A greater equal D, second conclusion shows A lesser D. First conclusion A greater equal D definitely false, second conclusion A lesser D definitely false, because these two conclusions cannot be judged as we don't know any relation between A and D. So first point is clear to us, these both conclusions are false. Now if these two both the conclusions are false, now the character availability if we check upon, yes, the characters are same. Both the conclusions are false, characters are same. Now the sign availability. I told you all today I will be showing you the example, or I will be discussing with you all the presence of three signs, availability of three signs, and yes, here between A and D we are getting three signs, and that three signs should be one greater, one lesser and one equal. Now see, look upon, there are two conclusions, signs are three, definitely. So if there are two conclusions and signs are three, we have to adjust, we have to make a sense like that. Two conclusions, three signs should not make any irregular sense. So here equal sign has to be combined with any greater sign or lesser sign. That means greater and lesser cannot be combined together, but equal sign can be combined with either greater or lesser. So yes, here if we look upon, we get the structure like this, one greater is there, one lesser is there, and the equal sign combined with the greater sign. No worries, no issues. If that equal sign present with the lesser sign, it is also correct. If that equal sign as shown here present with greater, it is also correct. If we miss that sign, or if we get this sign twice, that means if we get equal sign with this lesser also, that means conclusion number 1 showing A greater equal D, conclusion number 2 showing A less equal D. Now tell me candidates, this A greater equal D and A lesser equal D, are the three signs availability they are showing? No. They are showing the four sign availability, that is greater equal, lesser equal, and we want only three signs, one greater, one lesser, one equal, which is clearly mentioned, visible in this example condition. So if we get a conclusion like this, our either condition will be approached and we will mark the answer as either 1 or 2. But if we get conclusion something like this, A greater equal D, A greater D. Now see, three signs are present here also, but these three signs would not be counted as either or three signs, because we were needing greater, lesser, equal, and here if we look upon, we are getting greater, greater, equal. So we were requiring greater, lesser, equal, and here it is showing greater, greater, equal. So we will not be considering this under that three sign availability, and our answer will not be converted to either or. That means here the conclusion would be declared as neither 1 nor 2. Because in the brain now the question arises for that only, we are approaching either or we are making neither nor to either or. But if we count upon how to apply, how to follow, how to opt the option neither nor, so definitely yes, if either conditions are not fulfilled, the conclusion would be left over with neither 1 nor 2. Because if we look upon from the starting, we were getting neither nor, and to that neither nor we were converting to either or from neither nor we are going to either or. So if we are not fulfilling the conditions for either or, our conclusion would be left with the neither nor part. So this was the part for today's session where I have told you the presence of 3 signs, availability of 3 signs, the structure, importance of 3 signs, how we would be declaring the 2 conclusions under the either or condition with that 3 signs present. With this, I end up the session for today, but do not forget the subscription. If it was left over in the starting of the video, then again you have a chance to click on this subscription button and become a subscribed viewer. See candidates, we would be sharing many more videos, many more uploads for you all regarding each and every topic, doubt clearing sessions, confusions, and a small bit to you all where you can be benefited by that. Like our video, comment so that we can do better for you all. Don't forget to share our videos so that your friends and colleagues also get benefited by what we provide and what you use for your studies. So with this, I end up this session just by saying your success is our success. Thank you.